1. Chapter 1. Cadaveric Spots. 1-1. Cadaveric Spots. Damn it, it's getting worse. Su Ran grumbled in frustration. The first thing Su Ran did every day when he woke up was to roll up his sleeve and look down at his left arm with a frown on his face. What met his gaze was an arm unlike any others. The whole limb was incredibly shriveled, as if all the blood within had already been drained away. The arm felt like it was barely hanging on by the muscle tissues, dangling powerlessly as if it were made of air. It was completely numb, devoid of any sensation of pain or existence, except for the occasional whiff of decay. With a sigh, Su Ran turned his attention to his own left hand. Could this still be called a hand? Su Ran compared his two hands. One was a robust and dexterous right hand, fleshed out and nimble. The other one was a shriveled structure of bone and skin. No, it was more like a skeletal claw. The bones were clearly visible at each joint, and he couldn't even make a fist. Once again, Su Ran's eyes welled up with tears. He tilted his head back and, with his right hand, wiped his eyes forcefully, only to carelessly glance at his palm. Is. Su Ran inhaled sharply, crying out in shock. Corpse spots. God, are you trying to take my life? Su Ran's eyes were wide open, staring intently at the dreadfully quiet corpse spot in the center of his palm. Has it gotten this severe? Su Ran sat dumbfounded, recalling the doctor's grave and heavy words in the hospital yesterday. ALS. No, yours is much worse. It's a rare case in medical history, corpse rigor. Alas, this disease is irreversible, there's no turning back. Corpse rigor. Corpse spots, the kind of thing only the dead have. This time, Su Ran's tears flowed freely, cascading down like a waterfall. It's said that a real man bleeds but never cries, save for when truly heartbroken. As for him, a man on his deathbed, was he even worthy to cry? Immediately after, Su Ran burst into laughter, the sound echoing with an endless mix of sorrow and defiance. As long as he still had breath in his body, life had to go on. Su Ran grabbed his uniform and gloves, got up to eat breakfast and go to school, to live the life his peers would. He wanted to enjoy his last days because he was still alive. Mom, Su Ran emerged from the inner room, running, I'll be late for school, is breakfast ready? Coming right up. Su Ran's mother hurriedly emerged from the kitchen holding a platter of steaming food, her apron still tied around her waist. If one paid closer attention, they would see that her eyes were red and swollen. You rascal, you're still so impulsive, even though you're in your senior year, you haven't grown up at all. Su Ran's mother affectionately glared at her son as she placed the food on the table. Eat up, but be careful not to burn your mouth. Hee, thanks, Mom. Su Ran bounded to the dining table in a few strides and started to dig in. Mom, it's still so yummy. I'm going to eat a lot and grow strong to protect you when I grow up. Saying this, Su Ran slightly turned his body to shield the gloved left hand that hung limply by his side. Su Ran's mother caught the entire scene, and choked out to her son, such a good boy. I need to clean up the kitchen. Eat more. As soon as she finished speaking, Su Ran's mother turned hastily and darted back to the kitchen. Unable to hold back her tears, a few drops fell. After a while, soft sobs emanated from the kitchen. Mom, I'm off to school. Su Ran gobbled down a few more bites before bolting out the door. Just a short distance out the door, Su Ran abruptly stopped. His legs started to tremble violently due to his swift movements, and he took deep breaths to catch it. After a while, he slowly continued on his way. I wonder how much longer I'll be able to keep up the act. What Su Ran loathed the most was seeing his mother in distress. He shuffled forward, taking one last, deep look at the house behind him before he moved on. The depth in those dark eyes could perhaps only be found in those facing imminent death. Ellipsis. The sky remained brightly blue, adorned with fluffy white clouds, and the sun shone radiantly. On the road, Su Ran hurried along. Other students from the same school who were also in a rush gave him wide berth, casting disdainful glances his way. He had long gotten used to this. Changshi City First Experimental High School, Senior Class 5. Ding, ling, ling. Who is still making a ruckus? You're in senior year, show some discipline. Teacher Lee, the class advisor, marched in. As his gaze swept over Su Ran's empty seat, he sighed inwardly. Class begins. Present. Su Ran arrived in the classroom, panting heavily as class began. Ha 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 ha. A few troublemakers in the classroom burst into laughter upon seeing Su Ran. Their mockery was evident. Ridiculous. Teacher Lee roared in righteous indignation. Anyone who laughs again stands outside the classroom as punishment. Everyone, let's give Su Ran a round of applause. His dedication to his studies is something for us all to learn and affirm. His gentle smile warmed his stern face. Teacher Lee nodded and said, Su Ran, take your seat. The feeling of being protected by Teacher Lee was wonderful. Yes, teacher, Su Ran replied loudly, making his way to his seat. His desk mate was a plump girl, Lin Yuqing. Her long hair tied into a ponytail draped over her chest, her cheeks were rosy and plump, a pair of dimples charmingly adorned her face. Under her delicate brows lurked a pair of bright eyes, her coal-black pupils intent on Su Ran. The pleasure she derived from his presence was obvious. Su Ran, you are here. Lin Yuqing's face flushed a deep red. Here, a mock test paper. Congratulations, you are again the first in the grade. Su Ran was aware of Lin Yuqing's feelings for him, but he could only play dumb, because he didn't deserve such feelings. After he took his seat, Lin Yuqing whispered to Su Ran, don't forget to drink the mushroom soup in your drawer after class, drinking more of it is good for you. She called the soup, elixir soup. She didn't dare to tell Su Ran the truth because elixir soup was famous. Elixir soup, $1,000 a bowl, only 10 bowls for sale a day, no extra portions. No matter if you were a high-ranking official or a wealthy entrepreneur, once the 10 bowls were sold out, you'd have to return another day. Eastern Province Herbal Hall. Su Ran didn't know about this. What he did know was that he had been drinking this soup Lin Yuqing had given him every day for a month, since he had commented the first time he drank it. What soup is this? I feel so much more alert. Ha. Thanks, Yuqing. Every time he heard the phrase, mushroom soup, Su Ran's pitch-black eyes would light up, and this was precisely what Lin Yuqing loved most about him. Lin Yuqing rolled her eyes and swiftly turned to her textbook. Her tightly clenched fist betrayed her excitement and joy. Oh, lovebirds are sweet-talking again. A tall male student at the front of the class, his face covered in freckles, twisted around and sneered, Su the disabled, did you forget to bathe again? What is that smell? It's so strong, I can hardly breathe. It smelled like a corpse. Su Ran furrowed his brows. Was it getting worse? Bang! Furious, Lin Yuqing slammed her book onto the desk. Wang Mazi, who were you insulting? Teacher, Wang Mazi has been talking behind Su Ran's back. How could this be happening? Su Ran was Teacher Lee's favorite, the prized pupil of the entire school. Wang Dazhuang, go outside to stand as punishment. Teacher Lee's anger flared as he threw the blackboard eraser onto the podium. This action effectively quelled the few male students who were ready to add fuel to the fire. You'll pay for this. Wang Dazhuang glared at Lin Yuqing and Su Ran angrily, stood up obediently, and went outside for his punishment. If you're feeling tired, Su Ran, you can rest for a while. Teacher Lee wore the kindest smile he ever showed and said to Su Ran in a caring voice. Wang Dazhuang, who was just going outside, almost tripped over his own feet when he heard this. Was this a teacher? No need, teacher. Su Ran stood up and said loudly, I just had a rest, I can attend the class as usual. Good, good, sit down, Su Ran. Oh, sit slowly, don't wear yourself out. Teacher Lee wished he could rush over to help Su Ran. Su Ran felt like a thunderstorm was raging in his mind. Putting his right hand on the desk for support, he slowly sat. As soon as he sat down, there was a note shoved from his right side. Without looking, he knew it was from Lin Yuqing. They often communicated through notes during class. Meet me at the usual place after school, wait for me, I have to tell you something. Su Ran always found himself looking at her graceful handwriting a few more times. Su Ran smiled faintly. As a teenager, he couldn't help but harbor a hint of longing. However, he knew better than to hope for more because he might forget everything tomorrow. An idiom flashed in Su Ran's mind, vanish like smoke in thin air. 2. Chapter 2 Lin Yuqing. 2-2 Lin Yuqing. Soon, it was time to leave school. Hey, about the final exam tomorrow. Lin Yuqing lightly nudged Su Ran's arm. Are you confident? What do you think? Su Ran replied with a broad, sunny smile. Quit playing games. Lin Yuqing pretended to be annoyed and pouted her lips, about to continue speaking when a hand reached over from behind grabbing Su Ran's school uniform. The girls sitting behind were the boisterous Lu Yina and the school beauty, Han Xiang. Lu Yina's lively personality was well known throughout the school. She sported a fashionable haircut with low bangs that didn't quite hide her small, delicate ears. Her pleasant appearance was natural, with no trace of makeup. Dressed in a school uniform, she radiated youth, health, and an easygoing beauty. Right next to her was the ever-dazzling Han Xiang. Her elegantly curled hair seemed to sway gently, even without wind, emphasizing its softness and flexibility. The spirals of her hair elegantly framed Han Xiang's refined beauty. Beneath her delicate arched eyebrows were a pair of crystal-clear eyes, as serene as a placid lake. The beauty of her nose and lips was like the crowning touch on a masterpiece, showcasing the peak of Han Xiang's beauty. In that moment, a poem came to Su Ran's mind. Spring in the south, with its lush greens, who is this maiden, among the peach and plum blossoms? Snow-white skin and jade appearance, vermilion lips like pearl-touched. All halt to admire her beauty, rivaling the goddess of Loha River. What a beautiful person she was! Even a school uniform could not restrain her inherent grace and allure. Su Ran sighed softly to himself, then quickly recomposed his demeanor. Ladies, what can I do for you? Hey, handsome Su, Lu Yina leaned forward and said to Su Ran, take care of us in the exam tomorrow. I'll treat you to a meal another day. Give me a break. Su Ran pretended to scowl. When have you ever kept your promise to treat me? Well, didn't I exceed my budget? Lu Yina protested stubbornly. Next time for sure. I'll tighten my belt and treat both you and Lin, Fatty. Upon hearing the nickname, Fatty, Lin Yuqing immediately objected. Hey! Stop calling me by that nickname. If you keep this up, I will deliberately block sus paper during the exam, and then you'll see how you copy. No, no, no. Lu Yina instantly begged for mercy. Goddess, you are a goddess. If you block the view with your plump body, I won't see anything. I give in, I give in. Lin Yuqing blushed and repeatedly shook her head. That's not it. Our goddess is Han Xiang. You are stirring up trouble again, Lu Yina. At this time, the until now silent Han Xiang finally spoke up. Su Ran, I have a mission for my guild tonight, so could you complete my homework for me? I'll treat you all this Sunday. Han Xiang's voice was as clear as a babbling brook, gentle yet slightly irresistible. Yay! Lu Yina's eyes lit up. Another free meal from Goddess Xiang. Ha, I'm going to feast and then go on a diet for a week. You two chat. Han Xiang shook her head in disbelief and stood up to leave. Hey, rich goddess, beautiful lady, wait up. Seeing Han Xiang really leaving, Lu Yina hurriedly packed her textbooks and homework into her backpack and chased after her. Hitch a ride, save the legs, hee hee. These two. Su Ran chuckled and shook his head, staying quiet, and put Han Xiang's homework into his backpack. But he was puzzled. What was a guild? A company. Don't forget to go to our usual place. Lin Yuqing suddenly became serious. I have something important to tell you, about your illness. My disease. Then there's no need to go. Su Ran gave a hearty laugh, revealing a row of pearly white teeth. Yu Jing, don't take it to heart. I know my own illness well. It's incurable. I'm content with living in the moment, and I'm thankful for friends like you who don't shun me. You must go. It was the first time Lin Yuqing had worn such a look, her soft voice tinged with seriousness and gravity. It will do you good. Fine, just come with me now. In her haste to pull Su Ran along, Lin Yuqing was subtly evaded by him. Su Ran knew that at this moment, the last thing he could afford was to involve Lin Yuqing in a scandal. freewebnovel.com. Lin Yuqing quickly caught on and blushed deeply. I'll go ahead and wait for you. You better not stand me up. I'm leaving, going now. Once she finished speaking, Lin Yuqing left the classroom in haste, her head low and her backpack clutched tightly in her hand. Unable to help himself, Su Ran laughed and shook his head at her antics. He carefully removed the nourishing soup from his desk drawer with his right hand, peeled off the protective film, and drank it in one go. The cool fluid slid smoothly down his throat, its rejuvenating sensation reaching the farthest corners of his brain, eliciting waves of excitement and pleasure. He couldn't resist a sigh of satisfaction. Such good soup. As Su Ran was methodically clearing his desk, he couldn't help but notice the vengeful gaze from Wang Dazhuang, who sat in front of him. The malignant words Wang Dazhuang had been about to hurl died in his throat. "I'll let you copy from me in tomorrow's exam," Su Ran said indifferently to Wang Dazhuang before getting up from his seat. "Take care on your way out, Su. Watch out for the strong wind." Wang Dazhuang immediately beamed, making a deep bow and quickly moving to Su Ran's side to help him push back his chair. As he did this, he took a deep breath and exclaimed, "Wow, the scent from Su's body is as heavenly as the aura of an immortal, so intoxicating. Cough, your book bag looks heavy. Let me take it for you." With a chuckle, Su Ran watched Wang Mazi cough from the smell of his decaying body, still maintaining an eager smile. "No need, I can carry my bag with my right hand. I'm leaving now. I'll help you tomorrow. Be careful on the slippery road, Great Lord Su." Wang Dazhuang rubbed his hands together excitedly and burst into a silly grin. Many of their classmates watched enviously as Su Ran left the classroom. That's right, it was their jealousy that kept them relentlessly mocking Su Ran's disability. Despite this, Su Ran always held a superior position in academics, consistently ranking first in their grade without failure. Not far from the school, the "Fate Brings Us Here" coffee shop was as bustling as usual. Unlike other shops with a communal area, it only had two-person private rooms, each separated by a partition to avoid awkwardness between strangers. The romantic atmosphere among couples was perfectly accentuated by the rich aroma of coffee. "This isn't really my kind of place." Su Ran lowered his head in embarrassment as he awkwardly walked into the "Fate Brings Us Here" coffee shop. Fate brings us here. Fate. Is that word even in my life's dictionary? Su Ran shook his head, pacing into room 520. "You're here." Lin Yuqing stood up joyfully and quickly walked over to Su Ran. "I knew you wouldn't stand me up. Come, sit here." Gently guiding Su Ran to the farthest corner of the bench, Lin Yuqing didn't return to her own seat but bravely sat down next to him. Her eyes squinted into crescents as she chuckled, "Ha, now we're desk mates again." Su Ran's heartbeat sped up for a few seconds. He suppressed his emotions, slightly lowered his gaze, and said softly to Lin Yuqing, "Yu Jing, you shouldn't do this. You know my condition. Enough, enough, enough. You talk too much, Su." Shaking her chubby face emphatically, Lin Yuqing's cheeks were a round puffball. "I can do whatever I like, and you, Su the talented, cannot stop me." "Humph. You're a good girl. A friend card. I don't want it." Gathering her courage, Lin Yuqing blurted out with her face flushed red, "I'm an extremely ordinary fat girl, but I have the right to choose who I like. You can't and have no right to deny my feelings for you." Suddenly, Lin Yuqing turned Su Ran's head to face her, confronting him directly. "Look at me. Don't kid around." Su Ran evaded her gaze. "Answer me one question." Lin Yuqing laughed, and in that moment, she seemed to embody the spirit of youth, wild and passionate. "Whose eyes are prettier, yours or mine?" Chapter 3 Shocking News. 3 to 3 Shocking News. "Answer me this," Lin Yuqing smiled. In that moment, she seemed to radiate youth, wild and fervent. "Who has prettier eyes, you or I?" Why are you asking this?" Su Ran's palm was soaked in sweat. "Answer me." No dodging the question. Lin Yuqing's gaze stayed fixed on Su Ran, who was struggling to meet her eyes. She found it quite cute how flustered Su the talented was. Su Ran was panicked for the first time in all his academic battles. "You are beautiful, everything about you is beautiful." PFF'd. Lin Yuqing broke into laughter. "Who's talking about looks? I'm asking about our eyes, dummy. Your eyes are beautiful, Su Ran stuttered. What part of my eyes is beautiful? Lin Yuqing persisted. They twinkle and they curve like a crescent moon when you smile. I can't help but keep looking at them, Su Ran let it all out. He shut his eyes as he spoke. He was so nervous that he feared his heart might give out. You pass, Lin Yuqing's smile was content as she looked at Su Ran, who was blushing. Her happiness was evident. I've read a joke online about a couple who had this conversation. The boyfriend answered that his eyes were prettier because they held the reflection of his girlfriend. Do you know? My eyes hold your reflection too, dummy Su. The way you attentively listen in class, the sincerity with which you treat your classmates, the cheerfulness you show despite the agony of illness, the indifference you show when ridiculed by classmates, Lin Yuqing cherished every bit of Su Ran. I constantly think about you, at school, at home, on the streets. No matter what you think right now, I have the right to tell you. But don't get too cocky, I'm not looking to make you my boyfriend. Su Ran was taken aback. Freewebnovel.com. Right, how could someone like me, someone on the brink of death, talk about love? Su Ran looked down at his stiff, shrunken left arm and felt disheartened. Idiot, what are you thinking? Lin Yuqing quickly straightened his head, covered Su Ran's ears with her soft hands, and looked him in the eyes. I'm waiting for you to recover, then you can pursue me, and make me your girlfriend. Recover? Su Ran gave a bitter laugh. For the first time, he rolled up the sleeve of his left arm, took off his glove, and self-mockingly said, Yu Jing, thank you for still having a cute girl who could like me. Look, this is my condition. The medical term for it is zombie syndrome. It's one of the rarest incurable diseases in medical history. Just like a mummy. Also, you see these corpse spots on my hand. They appear on the dead. The stench emanates from them. It's getting harder for me to cover it up. I've been to numerous hospitals. To be honest, I don't have much time left, Su Ran sincerely said to Lin Yuqing. I appreciate your kindness, and I will always remember it. But I only wish for a few more days of life right now, not the even more extravagant love. You would only hurt yourself by getting attached to me, maybe even for the rest of your life. Lin Yuqing looked at Su Ran's arm, her eyes filled with tenderness as she gently stroked his withered left arm. You've been under so much pressure. How much suffering have you endured to become who you are now, dummy Su? As the saying goes, to suffer first is to enjoy later. How blessed would your future be? I don't care, I want a share of that happiness. Future. Do I have a future? Su Ran was reminded of his grief and his eyes reddened. Yes, Lin Yuqing answered with conviction, believe in me, believe in yourself. That's why I brought you here today. Lin Yuqing took out a stack of documents from her backpack and handed them to Su Ran. Here, take a look. What's this? The title of the document was strikingly clear. Massive medical discovery in the online game, Battle of Gods and Demons. Ellipsis. A groundbreaking breakthrough in global medical research. Ellipsis. As long as you have a master stroke of luck in the game. Then in reality, even cancer is no longer unbeatable. Ellipsis. As long as you obtain the legendary Dream Mirror, bringing game props, divine objects, divine pets, and elixirs into reality is no longer a dream. Ellipsis. Eternal life. As long as you play Battle of Gods and Demons. Anything is possible. Ellipsis ellipsis. Su Ran read through the materials carefully, his breathing grew heavy. Yu Jing, is this real or fake? Can an online game really possess such power? Is this a joke? Keep going, the key points are on the following pages. Lin Yuqing seemed to enjoy Su Ran's surprised expression, her gaze never leaving him. Top secret document, real-life cases. Upon seeing those characters, Su Ran nearly stopped breathing. He looked up again at Lin Yuqing, as sweet and cute as ever. That she apparently had such formidable connections and could produce top-secret documents shocked him. But right now wasn't the time to focus on that. He immediately dove back into the documents. A player from Hamian City obtained a resurrection pill from the game and brought it into reality. The pill was auctioned for 20 million yuan with the advertised effect, bringing the dead back to life. After verification, the effect was confirmed to be true, bringing the dead back to life. A player from Sushi City obtained a bottle of flesh-growing and bone-healing ointment from the game and brought it into reality. The advertised effect: regrowth of muscles and bones. After verification, the effect was confirmed to be true, a severed leg regenerated. Ellipsis. SSH. Su Ran looked at the scarlet stamp at the bottom, Central Intelligence Agency. This is real, not a dream. Dream mirror. Su Ran held these documents in his shaking right hand. He saw a path to survival. Although the journey would be treacherous and difficult, it gave him a glimmer of hope. Yu Jing, thank you. Su Ran said solemnly to Lin Yuqing, thank you for showing me hope, I will definitely continue to live. Even though obtaining the dream mirror is extremely difficult, but if others can do it, I have confidence that I can too. He suddenly thought of his parents, who had spent all their savings and exhausted themselves for his illness in their desperate attempt to keep his vanishing life. Now, he had one more person to worry about. This is the Su I know, tough and unyielding. Looking at Su Ran with his eyes gleaming with determination and confidence, Lin Yuqing playfully stuck out her tongue, you can't forget me after you recover. Su Ran, relieved, tousled Lin Yuqing's hair. All right, the day I survive this will be the day I pursue you. Cut it out. Su the talented, once you're all fit and healthy, all the girls will be rushing toward you. How will you even remember this chubby little girl? Lin Yuqing's eyes were full of sweetness, selective forgetting is an illness, you know. Silly girl, quickly drink your coffee, it's already getting cold. Yeah, diverting the topic as always. Lin Yuqing looked down, gripping the still warm cup of coffee. In a whisper almost inaudible she said, I promise to wait for you, for a lifetime. Ellipsis. That night, Su Ran had an indulgent dream for the first time. In the dream, he and a chubby girl held hands and ran across a sunny meadow, laughing joyously and lovingly embracing each other. Chapter 4. First Introduction to the Game. 4-4. First Introduction to the Game. The next morning. Son. Get up and eat. Su's mother continued to wake up early to prepare the hot meal, calling the resting Su Ran. Coming. Su Ran cheerfully walked out from his room while putting on his jacket. Mom, I'll go to the neighbor, Mr. Lee's house to use his computer to look up some materials after eating. It will just take 10 minutes, it won't delay my school time. Then eat quickly. Mr. Lee will go to the morning market later, I'll go clean up the kitchen. Su's mother lovingly touched Su Ran's forehead, glancing at his tightly wrapped left arm without a word, then turned back to the kitchen. Su Ran watched his mother's increasingly aging figure and quietly clenched his right fist. After eating, Su Ran arrived at Mr. Lee's house. Knock knock knock. Who is it, Mr. Lee opened the door. Who else could it be? It's the Su boy, come in. Thank you, Mr. Lee, for the inconvenience. Su Ran said cautiously to Mr. Lee. From the impression of Su Ran, Mr. Lee was always outspoken, eccentric, and serious. Su Ran had feared Mr. Lee since he was a child. After entering the room, Su Ran asked, Mr. Lee, where's your computer? I need to use it to look up some study materials. Oh, Su boy, you're quite studious. A good seedling indeed. Ahem, Mr. Lee coughed once and pointed with his cane, it's in the back room. Go in, I'll go find some cough medicine. I'm getting old and not as good as before. Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee. Drink more water and make sure to rest. Ahem, go on, go on. In the back room, the computer was still on, its screensaver hadn't even started, and there was still some warmth left on the mouse. QQ. On the desktop, the QQ interface conspicuously hung on the right side without any disguise. Wow, Mr. Lee uses QQ. Can he still see clearly? Alas, it's hard to think that such an elderly person who lives alone feels so lonely. Su Ran was understanding and continued to look. What's Mr. Lee's screen name? He'll ask his classmates to add him when they're free to chat with Mr. Lee. Hopefully, it'll relieve Mr. Leave his loneliness and let him enjoy his old. What the hell? A group of crows flew in front of Su Ran. Mr. Lee's screen name instantly shocked Su Ran's vision. Creamy youth. 576 QQ friends, 327 of them are currently online, all females. Oh my god tilde. Su Ran gently touched his forehead. Well, Mr. Lee's life was indeed very colorful. He reconsidered his previous thoughts. Su Ran hastily hid the QQ interface. Respect privacy. He opened the browser and typed in, God and Demon War. The official website was very simple. Su Ran briefly glanced over it, skipping the game introduction and focusing on the key points due to the limited time. This game had been running for a year, strictly for players aged 18 and above. The game was a VR game with no specific rules, everything was possible and up to the players to explore. There were 5 ways to access the game. 1. Special game ring for mobile gaming. 2. Game helmet 50% VR realism. 3. Seated nutrition cabin 70% VR realism. 4. Advanced nutrition cabin 90% VR realism. 5. Legendary health pool 100% VR realism. 1. Special game ring for mobile gaming, retail price 5,000. 2. Game helmet 50% VR realism, retail price 20,000. 3. Seated nutrition cabin 70% VR realism, retail price 50,000. 4. Advanced nutrition cabin 90% VR realism, retail price 200,000. 5. Legendary health pool 100% VR realism, retail price 100 million. 100 million. Spend 100 million to play a game. What kind of international joke is this? Su Ran's eyes widened in disbelief. Has the world gone mad, or is it just that my horizons are too narrow? Time was pressing. He pulled out a notebook from his backpack, hastily scribbled down some notes on a piece of white paper, stuffed it into his bag, said goodbye to Mr. Lee and left for school. Not long after Su Ran left, a very pleasant voice came from the toilet in Mr. Lee's bedroom. Grandpa, has the guest left? There's no toilet paper in the bathroom, can you get me some toilet paper tilde. Ellipsis. In the classroom. For the first time, Su Ran lacked the motivation to listen to the lecture. He was vigorously doodling at the 5 options on a piece of white paper. The most circled were the first and second options. The special game ring was cheap but not practical. Yet, Su's family was just barely able to afford it. Over the years, because of Su Ran's bizarre illness, the family was nearly destitute. To earn money, Su's father worked from dawn to dusk, which caused Su Ran to barely see his father even once a month. Su's mother was a housemaid at a wealthy home and couldn't earn much in a month. Money. Sigh. Su Ran stared blankly at the paper in his hand. The words on it seemed to turn into a devil's face, constantly mocking Su Ran's incapability and ridiculousness. Lin Yuqing, who was sitting next to him, was curious when she saw her deskmate staring at a piece of paper with a worried face. She stretched her neck to see a lot of scribblings: 5,000, 20,000, 50,000, 200,000, 100 million, along with many words about game content. Oh Lin Yuqing paused, then understood Su Ran's predicament. Hey, Lin Yuqing, taking advantage of the teacher's moment of writing on the blackboard, whispered to Su Ran, how much money do you need? I can lend you. Su Ran was stunned for a moment, then he shook his head at Lin Yuqing, implying that he was figuring out a solution. What a fool, still caring about face at this point. Lin Yuqing couldn't say more in the classroom, so she started to write a note. At this moment, Su Ran's back was pulled. A note with a pleasant scent was passed over. Su Ran took the note and couldn't believe his eyes. It was actually written by the goddess Han Saying. He quickly looked at the graceful and powerful fonts on it, which said, Su Ran, I want to hire you, immediately. Help me find the dream mirror, the fee is 1,200,000 can be paid in advance. Han Saying. The legendary dream mirror. Does Han Saying know about it too? Su Ran gave a bitter smile. The note he had been doodling caught the attention of even the goddess at the desk behind. What merit did he have that they all came to help me? Immediately, Su Ran wrote a note. The handwriting was strong. It's my first time playing the game. I don't have any talent or ability, I'm sorry I can't accept. Very soon, a note came back, along with the sound of Lu Yina's suppressed laughter from behind. This doesn't need talent or ability, what's needed is luck. Even if I get it, I'm going to use it for treatment. I want the second piece. freewebnovel.com. No room for debate, this time even a check came together, 200,000, the price of the advanced nutrition cabin. Something seemed to be lifted from Su Ran's heart. While he was touched, he also felt a deep sense of responsibility. He squeezed his right fist again and again. After hesitating for a long time, he finally put the check into his pocket. He couldn't say a word. But he didn't notice his deskmate Lin Yuqing had already crumpled the half-written note into a ball and threw it into the desk hole. She stared blankly at the blackboard, not knowing what she was thinking about. 5. Chapter 5 Who else? 5. Chapter 5 Who else? 5 to 5 Who else? The day ended with revision and exams. Of course, Su Ran did not forget to hand over the answers to Wang Dazhuang and Lu Yina at the back of the classroom. Soon, it was time to end school. Su Ran's heart had already flown out of the classroom. Just as he was about to leave, Lu Yina grabbed him. Su, why are you in such a hurry? Lu Yina giggled, rapidly blinking at Su Ran. I need to. Su Ran was apologetic for the first time, but before he could finish, Han Saying, who was elegantly packing her books, interrupted him. Purchase the cabin online, get a 10% discount, a free bucket of nutrient solution, door-to-door service, payment after installation. Han Saying calmly finished and gracefully left. Well, Han Saying was thoughtful. When Su Ran was critically ill last time, several classmates and teachers from his class had visited him at home, including Han Saying, who had remembered his home address. Darling, what are you waiting for? Go home and pay. Lu Yina giggled. I'll play too before long. Teach me then, Master Su. Hey, wait for me, goddess, carpool. Watching Lu Yina dash out clumsily, Su Ran was left speechless. Soon, he noticed that Lin Yuqing was behaving abnormally. She was silently packing her books and didn't say a word. What's wrong? Su Ran was puzzled. Hey, at this moment, Wang Dazhuang, Su Ran's classmate in front of him, turned back and said to Su Ran, buddy, you're great. Bro, I copied all the answers. Also, I'm also playing Legend of Heroes, known as handsome even with a face full of pimples in game. Well, it's just a game nickname, a level 30 account. I'll cover you. Ha 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 tilde. You better think about how to explain to the teacher how you achieved full marks first. Su Ran reminded him. Also, there was an extra question, a total of 120 points. What? Is that so? Wang Dazhuang was stunned, and then with a gloomy face, he said to Su Ran, Su bro, Su god. What should I do? You can't just stand by and watch me die. There is a way. Su Ran glanced sidelong at Wang Dazhuang. Sir, say it. Wang Dazhuang seemed to have gotten a fan out of nowhere. He fanned himself and sidled up to Su Ran with a flattering gesture. When you get home, don't play games, study and memorize these questions to prepare for the teacher's inspection. Recite. Oh God. Wang Dazhuang sank down on the chair. Just kill me. The test paper has already been collected. Even if you beat me to death, I won't be able to memorize it. After coming out of school, turn left for 100 meters, go to the Xinhua bookstore to buy the 326th edition of the practice papers, specifically page 16. There are a total of 51 questions. Fill in the blank questions are not hard to memorize. Thank you. Thank you, dear bro Su Ran. Wang Dazhuang was so delighted that he just ran off. Puff. Lin Yuqing next to him couldn't help laughing. You are such a devil. Once you come out of school and turn left, it's a public toilet. Oh. Did I say it wrong? Then turn right for 100 meters. Seeing Lin Yuqing smile, Su Ran softly asked, what happened just now? It's okay now, it's already passed. Lin Yuqing seemed to remember something and started laughing cheerfully. I wish you every success. Don't forget your promise to me. Lin Yuqing packed her bag and skipped away, swaying her head. Ellipsis. Before he could get home, Su-ran could already hear his mother arguing with a group of people from far away. Get it out of here now. We didn't order a coffin. Get out. Quote. Big sister, that's not a coffin, it's a high-end nutrition cabin. A staff member said with a wry smile. 26, Alley 3, Kui Street, this is our location, right? I don't care if it is, you certainly can't bring this coffin in. Su-ran's mother was on the verge of trembling with anger, and she spluttered angrily, damn it. Outrageous. Go, 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 don't let my son see this when he comes back. Seeing this, Su-ran hurriedly took 2 big strides and yelled out, Mom. That's for me. Let me handle it when I get there. Taking advantage of the moment when his mother and the workers were taken aback, Su-ran finally managed to reach his mother. Gentlemen, thank you for your hard work, please go in and start the installation. We will settle the bill later, Su-ran said to the workers with a smile on his face. This family is strange. Let's go, guys, get the nutrition cabin ready. One of the lead guys called his colleagues. Seeing his mother's puzzled gaze, Su-ran gave a wry smile and said to his mother, Mom, I'll explain it to you in a bit, let me finish installing the high-end nutrition cabin first. Also, this is a nutrition cabin, not a coffin. Watching her son and the workers busily setting up the equipment, Su-ran's mother laughed and shook her head. This child, can't he at least inform the family before doing anything? What the heck is this thing? Ah, son, you relax, I will watch them work. Ellipsis. Friend, how should we settle the bill? Seeing that the equipment was fully installed, Su-ran asked the lead worker with a beaming smile. Transfer the money to this bank account within 7 days, we don't accept cash. The man handed Su-ran a piece of paper with an account number on it, and then waved his colleagues to leave. Stinky boy, can you explain it to me now? Su-ran's mother stood with her hands on her hips, staring at Su-ran ominously. Then Su-ran began to explain everything to his mother. Of course, Su-ran kindly omitted the price of the high-end nutrition cabin, only explaining that a friend had lent it to him for a few days. The shine in his mother's eyes grew brighter and brighter, and when she heard that playing games could cure illnesses, she hugged Su-ran tightly in excitement and cried out in joy. I'm not. I'm happy. Happy. Su-ran's mother wiped her tears while rambling incoherently. Ha, Su-ran was amused by his mother's emotional outburst. You're too old to be crying like a child. To his surprise, Su-ran also found himself shedding tears. Ellipsis. Son. Let's drop out of school. Since playing games can save your life, let's play games every day. After regaining her composure, Su-ran's mother made a shocking decision. Learning a lot can't save your life, you can't delay your treatment for this disease. Mom, isn't that too exaggerated? This game is not available during the day, it only opens from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., allowing people to have plenty of time to integrate into reality, and at night, you can enjoy the game while ensuring sleep. Moreover, your son can exercise and make friends by going to school, so why not be happy about it? Su-ran explained to his mother in disbelief. Okay. Su-ran's mother nonchalantly waved a hand. As long as you live your life well, I agree with whatever you do. I also have your father's consent. So. Mom, can we have dinner early? Su-ran rubbed his stomach and smiled. I'm hungry, and also, eat early to start the game early tilde. Right. Don't delay the game time. If other people's children heard this, they would be absolutely stunned. Playing games can be so natural, and the parents fully support it. At this moment, Su-ran couldn't help but think of 3 words, who else? Chapter 6. Enter the game. 6-6. Enter the game. After dinner, at exactly 8 o'clock. Su-ran lay in the advanced nutrition cabin, feeling the currents coursing from his ankles to the top of his head, circulating back and forth. Every cell in his body greedily absorbed the oxygen and energy emanated from the nutrient solution, especially his left arm, which was covered by more currents. The warmth reminded him of his mother's embrace. Suddenly, his vision went black, and when Su-ran opened his eyes again, he was in the game. He was greeted by an imposing dark hall. He looked around warily, seeing torches around him burning brightly. Two statues in front of him attracted his attention under the illumination of the torchlight. They were legendary stone sculptures of the ancient giant god and the evil demon fighting hand to hand. The beads in their eyes seemed to glimmer with fire and vitality, which made the entire sculpture look lifelike. It was as if Su Ran had been transported back to the ancient land, witnessing the intense battle between these two ancient deities. The earth seemed to tremble for them, and their roars and banging vividly depicted their epic struggle. Just then, the two statues seemed to turn their heads and stare directly into Su Ran's eyes. This war has lasted 1,000,000 years, the system's ancient voice resounded at the right moment, and the battle is still going on. Neither god nor demon has found a resolution. But they all want one, and they have to fight for it. The strife between gods and demons reflects their stories. But who's right and who's wrong? What's right? What's evil? That's for future generations to decide. Welcome to the world of the game, strife between gods and demons, the undeviating synthetic voice of the system announced. Please enter your identification number. Su Ran dutifully entered it. Welcome, player Su Ran. This nutrition cabin is now linked to you. Please select your profession. Two options appeared before Su Ran's eyes, fighter and mage. Fighters, depending on their points and skill branches, can be divided into berserkers, shields, and blood fighters. Mages, based on points and skill branch choices, can be divided into ice mages, fire mages, and healers. Oh. Only two choices. Su Ran was a big fan of berserkers. The overwhelming power that they wielded was intoxicating for him. It was life itself. Choice, fighter. Ding. Sorry, after a system photosensitivity inspection, your physique is unfit to be a fighter. Choice failed. The system methodically stated. Su Ran forced a bitter smile. Was this testing his physique? He looked down at his body and shook his head. He glanced at the option for mage. That wouldn't be too bad, either. The graceful moves coupled with the dizzying magic elements could also be quite mesmerizing. Mage was also a good choice. Choice, mage. Ding. Sorry, after a system photosensitivity inspection, your physique is unfit to be a mage. Choice failed. The system's tone maintained its equanimity. Su Ran was stunned. This was a 200,000 yuan game system. It was crucial to his survival. Yet, he couldn't even create a character. That meant Su Ran couldn't enter the game at all. God, are you kidding me? Su Ran's eyes were flaming, and for the first time, he felt an impulse to curse. Ding, the system's synthetic voice came at just the right time. Given the player's current physique, we advise you to choose the graveyard. Graveyard. Grave you. To hell with the graveyard. I'm still friggin' alive. Su Ran was instantly enraged, cursing at the system. This was the first time he had ever cursed in his life. Well, actually, it was the first time he had ever cursed at a system. Ding. The system unfazed, its immutable synthesized voice continued. Congratulations on triggering the hidden profession, undead, of the demon world. Do you accept the offer? Hidden profession. What the heck? I accept, Su Ran shouted anxiously. He'd play as any profession, as long as he could play the game. Ding. Congratulations on successfully accepting the offer. Have fun playing, Su Ran. Please enter the game. Suddenly, a vast dark door opened before Su Ran's eyes. Something dark and glossy emitted from within. After mustering his courage, he leapt into the world of the strife between gods and demons. Caw, caw. Black crows were flying all around. Su Ran suddenly found himself in the middle of a graveyard. Ding. Welcome to the strife between gods and demons world. Please name your character. Was this the beginning of the game? Su Ran looked down at his body. Fuck. Su Ran freaked out. What the fuck was this game? He was a living human. A living human. He wasn't dead. He wasn't a skeleton. How could he play like this? Was it a game of his becoming a skeleton? So, the undead the system had mentioned turned out to be Su Ran's current character, a skeleton. Luckily, Su Ran's psychological endurance was beyond ordinary. He quickly accepted the reality as long as he could play. If his luck held up, he could still find the legendary, dream-seeking mirror, in the game. He could reign supreme in the conflict between gods and demons. Su Ran paused, the light in his eyes coalescing once again as he loudly declared, Skeleton Warrior. Are you sure you want to register the character name, Skeleton Warrior? Confirm. Ding. Name registration successful. Congratulations, player Skeleton Warrior. Due to your physical condition, the system will give you 3 novice random gift packs as compensation, wishing you a happy gaming experience. A novice random gift pack? What is that? Su Ran looked around, unsure of how to find this newbie gift pack, so he had to call up the game's help section, read all the basic operations, and finally understood the game mechanics. Open package. freewebnovel.com. Nothing happened. Open package. Ellipsis. Could it be wrong? The game guide said so. Su Ran scratched his bald head with his skeletal claw, and looked down in confusion. Good heavens. He saw 3 novice random gift packs lying quietly in his bladder, surprisingly they hadn't fallen out. Was his bladder space the newbie package? Or did this creature originally not have the qualification to have a newbie package because he wasn't human? Shaking his head, Su Ran groped his bladder, took out the 3 novice random gift packs, and irately opened all 3. Ding. Congratulating player Skeleton Warrior for gaining a reward, 3 chances to change his name for free. Ding. Congratulating player Skeleton Warrior for gaining a reward, a novice hoe. Given the player's uniqueness, the novice hoe can't be dropped and has infinite durability. A quaint novice hoe instantly appeared in his bladder. Ding. Congratulating player Skeleton Warrior for gaining a reward, a double increase of all basic attributes. What? Double attributes? He struck it rich. Having read the game's informational guide, he knew how vital attribute points were to a player's capacity enhancement. Su Ran immediately checked his attributes. Skeleton Warrior Necromancer. Attack 3-0 x2 equals 6-0. Chi Blood. 20 x2 equals 40. Magic Attack. 6-8 x2 equals 12-16. Magic Point is 16x10 equals 160. Healing Power. 1 x2 equals 2 determines the percentage increase on the base healing skills or medicine usage. Defense. -2 x2 equals -4. Agility. 3 x2 equals 6. Luck. 6 x2 equals 12. Ellipsis. Damn it. How'd he play with an attack of -6/-0? Even as a fragile stratum, he couldn't afford to heal the monster every time he attacked. What the hell is defense -4? It can also be doubled. Fine, being delicate is healthier. A newbie is born with 100 chi blood, right? His chi blood was surprisingly, still 40 even after doubling. Magic Attack 12 was pretty good, but how was a skeleton without any skills supposed to use Magic Attack? Dizzy, why didn't he check the attributes when naming? He was clearly a mage, but he named himself a Skeleton Warrior. Change name. Magic Skeleton. Ding. Player, Magic Skeleton, has successfully changed his name. Free naming chances -1. Sigh, double attributes, what a ridiculous attribute doubling. What Su Ran failed to notice was that his last attribute, luck, was a dazzling 12 points. 7. Chapter 7, Grave Digging. 7-7, Grave Digging. Su Ran didn't even have the will to curse anymore. Silently, he pulled the novice hoe from his bladder, and equipped it, looking at the attributes of the novice hoe. Novice hoe exclusive to skeleton players. Attack base +1. Increase mining chance by 3%. Cannot be dropped, cannot be damaged. Note, this is a hoe used to teach beginners how to mine. After equipping it, Su Ran's attack amounted to -5-0. Su Ran shook his round skeleton head, making a clattering noise. Immediately, he brandished the only weapon in his hand, the novice hoe, and rushed towards the largest tomb in front of him. Yes, you heard correctly. Su Ran was going to dig up graves. Clang, clang, ding. Congratulations to the skeleton player on learning the life skill, mining. I needed a special skill to understand this. This is so simple. Underneath a large tomb, a tiny skeleton repeatedly raised his hoe and slammed it down. Ding! Congratulations to the skeleton player on acquiring a special item, Tomb Grass. Tomb Grass herb. Eat, Chi blood plus 50. What a nice find. He stuffed it into his bladder. Ding! Congratulations to the skeleton player on acquiring a special item, Tomb Suppressing Paper. Tomb Suppressing Paper item. Stick it on, defense plus 20. Cannot move after applying. Duration, 3 minutes. Well, it's somewhat useful. He chucked it into his bladder. Ellipsis. After half an hour, most of the large tomb was dug up by the tiny skeleton. He dug up 5 pieces of tomb grass and 3 pieces of tomb suppressing paper, and that was it. Regardless, Su Ran labored on, continuing to dig with unwavering determination. He strongly believed that after all this hardship, a bright future awaited him. And also, breathing and living. Just as the tomb was about to be completely emptied, the cute system voice came once again. Ding! Congratulations to the player for digging up a decayed coffin. A plot event has been triggered, and a zombie has crawled out from inside. Please be careful. Ah! A monster appeared. Su Ran tightly gripped the novice hoe in his bony claws, before swinging it fiercely at the approaching zombie. There was a thud, followed by a big, plus 5 chi blood, floating above the zombie's head. Ellipsis. Su Ran decided not to fight anymore. The zombie glanced slantingly at Su Ran and then, just crawled away, The monster ignored him. Fighting back tears, Su Ran took a look at the zombie's properties. Zombie level 3. Attack, 5 to 10. Chi blood, 100. Defense, 2. Agility, 1. Note: this is a zombie whose ancestral tomb was disturbed, it's in a predicament. Well, Su Ran decided to pretend he didn't see that. He bent down to check the properties of the coffin he had dug up. Decayed coffin 10 type item. Durability, 2800. When used non-combat, continuously restores players' chi blood and heals injuries. Stops healing when interrupted or after healing is complete. Note: a nearly rotten coffin. Remember to close the coffin lid when using. What a find! The small skeleton's eye sockets seemed to light up for a moment. He looked at his bladder, then back at the large coffin on the ground. How was he going to fit this in? The small skeleton clenched his teeth, picked up the coffin, and tried to cram it into his bladder. What happened next was amazing. The coffin instantly became smaller, effortlessly fitting into the skeleton's exposed bladder. What's even more remarkable was that it didn't fall out. Seeing that it was only 10 p.m., Su Ran figured he could keep up the hard work for another 8 hours. He decided to keep digging the graves. He mumbled an apology to the zombies. And so, Su Ran began his great grave digging initiative. Ding! Congratulations, Skeleton Mage player, you have acquired a special item, Paper Money. Bundle of Paper Money Mage Equipment. Ignites after use and attacks the target, enhancing fire magic attack by +1. Durability, 100. Upon seeing the properties of the paper money, Su Ran was moved to tears. After countless attempts and several collapsed graves, he finally found some usable equipment. Su Ran looked at the 5 or 6 wandering zombies he had dug up. He immediately equipped the stack of paper money, lit a sheet, and threw it. The paper money flared up brilliantly as it soared in the air and collided with a zombie. Boom. -34. Lucky crit. A big crit number appeared above the zombie's head. Su ran through several more paper money sheets at the zombie until its HP was depleted. After it fell to the ground, an equipment item dropped, and Su Ran's experience bar increased by 5 points. Damage from crits is double the original damage. Excellent, a crit. Having high luck really pays off. Su Ran roared and ran to pick up the fallen equipment. It turned out to be a dark black zombie hat. Zombie hat universal equipment. Defense +3. Chi blood -5. Note: exercise caution when wearing hats, especially zombie ones. The little skeleton eagerly picked up the first dropped item, looking at it from all angles. He was about to put it on when there was a ding. The annoying system notification sound rang out again. Due to the special nature of the Skeleton Mage player's class, the Skeleton Mage player can only equip weapons. Su Ran was already fed up. I want to file a complaint. Since when can't players equip gear? Ding. The player's class is Undead Skeleton. Given the special nature of the class, you now have two growth options, enhancement or evolution. If you choose enhancement, the Skeleton Mage player will permanently lose the ability to equip gear, with the exception of weapons. This player can dual-wield weapons after enhancement. If you choose evolution, the Skeleton Mage player can equip normal equipment after evolving into a third-tier boss. Considering the player's inherent vulnerability, we recommend that the Skeleton Mage player chooses the enhancement branch. Enhancement. Evolution. Su Ran wasn't stupid. He opened the professional panel and read it carefully. He understood right away. Enhancement refers to making the skeleton itself stronger, while evolution refers to evolving within the undead race, ultimately evolving into the ultimate boss, the Bone Dragon. Of course, the path from a skeleton to the ultimate Bone Dragon boss is tough and fraught with challenges. I may be a skeleton, but I'm still human, in form, at least. Turn into the ultimate Bone Dragon? No way. At this moment, Su Ran made up his mind. He chose to enhance himself. He didn't care that he wouldn't be able to equip gear. An enhanced skeleton could dual-wield weapons. Moreover, he had an attack method already, a stack of paper money. Ding. Announcement to all servers. Player of the Only Love You Guild, Marrow Love, has defeated the 40-level boss Rhinoceros Commander out of his league. Special reward. Experience plus 5000, coins plus 100. Ding. Announcement to all servers. Player of the Only Love You Guild, Marrow Love, has defeated the 40-level boss Rhinoceros Commander out of his league. Special reward. Experience plus 5000, coins plus 100. The consecutive server messages made Su Ran's head spin. Defeated the boss. Su Ran swallowed hard. He could imagine the scene if he evolved into a big boss. As soon as Su Ran logged on, the system would issue a region-wide broadcast. The skeleton boss has respawned, coordinates, 234.432. Then a massive influx of players would arrive, rushing to kill him for his boss equipment. Damn, just thinking about it gave him the shivers. What was the point of successfully evolving if you just ended up being slaughtered by the players every time? Only Love You Guild. A guild? He realized he'd forgotten to ask Han Xiang for her online nickname and guild. Oh well, he'd ask her at school. While Su Ran was standing around cluelessly with his novice Ho, an out-of-place voice sounded nearby. Huh. Is a skeleton mage a boss? Su Ran immediately turned his head and saw a giant fireball coming right at him. Boom. Minus 105. Su Ran's vision went dark as his health plummeted. His bones scattered across the ground, and every item in his bladder exploded. Wow. One shot, one kill. Haha, big explosion. The player ran over, excited and joyful. Damn it. The player spat and grumbled, bad luck. What the hell? And just like that, without even picking anything up, he left. 3 dark lines formed above the shattered little skeleton's head. Su Ran awkwardly looked at the grave grass, suppressing paper, paper money, and decayed coffin scattered all over the ground. These items just had unattractive names, right? Sigh, he'd collect them anyway. 8. Chapter 8. Unraveling the Plot. 8-8. Unraveling the Plot. 8. Chapter 8. Unraveling the Plot. 8-8. Unraveling the Plot. Ding. The player, Magic Skeleton, has died. Would revival be necessary? The cost of revival is 1 gold coin 10 minutes. 1 gold coin. He had none. Well, he would just wait a patient 10 minutes then. Su Ran looked at the items strewn about on the ground, glancing at each one heartbrokenly. Quickly, 10 minutes passed, the items on the ground hadn't refreshed yet, and Su Ran picked them all up with the fastest speed he's ever moved, cramming them all into his inexplicably spacious bladder. What a waste, ignoring such great items entirely. If you want them now, it's too late. Hey, 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 guys come quick. There's a boss. Just as Su Ran was gloating, a surprise shout rang in his ears. Su Ran turned around to see a group of players approach, walking directly towards this daydreaming little skeleton. Magic Skeleton. What a strange name, maybe it really is a boss. Haha, let's kill the boss to loot equipment. A boorish brute shouted. Really, finding a boss while doing a task in the novice village, we're so lucky. A girl wielding a magic wand said with a smile. Oh god. Su Ran finally realized, he'd brought this disaster upon himself with his choice of name. Su Ran opened his skeleton mouth, trying to shout, don't hit me, I'm a player. But all that came out was, click, click, click. Everyone be careful. The magic skeleton boss has seen us, get ready for battle. The girl looked a little nervous, she said to everyone sideways. What's so scary about a boss in the novice village? A level 23 warrior, his face brimming with excitement, probably the sort of player who gets excited at the sight of a boss that drops equipment, bellowed, ha. Watch my jump cut. Su Ran instinctively raised his novice hoe. -89. With a clang, the poor little skeleton shattered into pieces on the ground. The ground was once again covered with various items. Wow. Big loot, the entire group shouted in excitement. Then. 1 point of experience. Let's go, let's go. Ah, I knew it, we can't count on the boss in the novice village. Wasted my mana, the level 23 warrior, looking disgusted, turned and left, let's go, let's do our tasks. The little skeleton on the ground was close to tears, again, a large number of graveyard grass, tomb paper, burning paper, decayed coffin exploded around him. Hey, buddy, at least take something. You won't even pick them up. Looking down on who? Soon, another 10 minutes passed, Su Ran revived and swiftly picked up all the items from the ground, cramming them into his bladder again, then quickly hid in a corner of a large grave, summoning the system. Change the name, Skeleton. Ding. The player, Skeleton, has successfully changed its name. Count of free name change -1. Ding. Since the player, Skeleton, has a name belonging to the Skeleton Clan, the favorability is gained from the Skeleton Clan, Skeleton race favorability +100. Skeleton, the lowest of the races. No wonder the favorability increases so quickly. Alright, if you want to survive in this game of gods and demons, you must learn to keep a low profile because the game has been running for 1 year now. Any high-level player could have killed Su Ran instantly, the anemic skeleton can't take damage. Moreover, the heavy responsibilities were all upon Su Ran, this little skeleton, one was to survive, and the other was debt. In a short while, such a scene happened again in the graveyard of the novice village. A white little skeleton dug grave after grave, and more zombies wandered nearby, wandering back and forth. But just when the number of zombies reached a certain amount, a startling system prompt appeared. Ding! Congratulations, player skeleton. Due to the excessive number of zombies generated by your grave digging, a specific plot is generated. The group of zombies is enraged that their ancestral graves have been dug up, rising up to attack, targeting the novice village. Ding! You have 2 choices. 1. Attack the village. 2. Defend the village. Huh. Su Ran was stunned for a second, such a setting exists. Of course, hardly any player would neglect leveling in quests to play grave digging. Defend the village. As if, the moment the skeleton entered the novice village, wouldn't the archer guard scatter its skeleton with 1 arrow? Su Ran sneered and decisively chose 1. Attack the village. Ding. As you have chosen the monster faction, Celestial Realm reputation -1000, Demon World reputation +1000. World announcement. Ding. Due to a player triggering the hidden event, Monster Attack Village, Novice Village Teleport Circle is closed. The war will officially start in 10 minutes, please novice players grip your weapons tightly, defend your homes. Area announcement. Ding. Due to the attacking monster race being the zombie race, 100 graves are randomly generated. 100 graves. Su Ran was elated and started digging the graves more vigorously. It was at this time that the world was silent for a moment, then the world channel started to boil. What the hell? There's a monster attack on the novice village. What kind of game is this? FCK. How can we go back to novice village if the teleport circle is closed? By the time we run back, even the yellow flowers will have withered. Hey, which great deity triggered this event? Share a bit, what are the rewards? Novice players, it's your chance to show off. Hold on, buy some time till we major players will hurry over without stopping. Comrade above, it's been a year since the game was opened, how many novices can be left? Top 10 guild players, go save the novice village. Ha, I am Ni Wudao from the Unified Under Heaven Guild. I'm in the novice village doing my quest, no one's here to compete for experience with me. Holy crap, Ni Wudao, the 67th best player on the human list. Long live Ni Wudao. As long as God Wudao is here, defending the village is invincible. Ni Wudao, don't act superior, care for your little JJ. Ellipsis. Su Ran speechlessly looked at the Chaotic World channel, froze for a moment when he saw Ni Wudao's message, then quickly called up the system and opened the list of top players. The top player list is divided into the Emperor list, Heavenly list, Earthly list, and Human list. The Emperor list had only one throne, and to date, it has been vacant, no one has ascended it. On the Heavenly list, there were 3 slots, Crane That Doesn't Dance, Hangover Elder, and Chu Tu Sitting High and Mighty. On the Earthly list, there were 10 slots, Carving Dragon, Drawing Phoenix, Nan Chang, Bei Diao, Dai Zan, Yellow Sandal, Ju Kong, Withered Fish, Wise Circle Square, and Yi Yu Fengyan occupy them. The Human list had 100 slots, all filled by elite guild players. Ni Wudao. Found him. 67th on the Human list, Berserker, level 32, elite of the Unified Under Heaven Guild. For a level 32 player, killing these clueless, walking corpse zombies would be simpler than cutting tofu. Su Ran frowned, with such a bug player in the novice village, could he still have fun? He pondered while digging the grave in front of him, continuously generating zombies as graves were dug. Ding. Congratulations, player skeleton, your mining level has increased by 1 level. Huh. How did he level up? Oh, no wonder, it was because the proficiency of digging graves had maxed out. Su Ran looked down at the baby in his bladder, well, of course, he couldn't find a man's baby. Chapter 9, Found an NPC. 9-9, Found an NPC. Effort begets rewards, and after Su Ran's lengthy digging, he eventually unearthed some useful items, grave grass X30, tomb suppressing paper X10, coffins X3, bundles of ritualistic paper X6. Reassured, the little skeleton began to dig again, his novice hoe swinging energetically. Su Ran's eyes gleamed upon seeing the freshly spawned giant mound before him, the tomb of the undead. Ding. Your mining level is insufficient, you can't dig. Damn it. The little skeleton furiously stroked his shiny head, then turned to some smaller graves. Clutching his novice hoe tightly, he began to excavate in earnest. Clang. Clang. After a few swings, the pleasing sound of the system prompt came forth. Ding. Congratulations to player skeleton on obtaining a special item, Incense Candle. Incense Candle item. During the burning of the incense candle, it increases magic by 10 points per second, but the player can't move during this period. Duration: 3 minutes. Note: if you're not afraid of these creepy little flames, go ahead and light it up. Oh. A new item, it restores magic points. The little skeleton let out a clattering laugh, then continued to dig. Ellipsis. Ding. The novice village's attack has officially begun. The first wave of zombies are launching their attack. Novice players, defend our home for the human faction. The world channel exploded with activity, yet dozens of novice players within the village were casually laughing and chatting around a group of high-level individuals. Haha, Hua Yan, even the level 3 zombies are attacking the village now, but with the 2 of us here, isn't it as easy and delightful as cutting through tofu? Hua Yan, ranked 56th in personal power, Fire Elemental Mage, level 33, elite member of Righteous and Indomitable. Hua Yan glanced irritably at the ecstatic Ni Wudao, retorting indifferently, "Quit it, Ni, you old dog. If it weren't for the monster attacking the village, I'd kill you. Tisk, are you still hung up on me snatching that boss from you ages ago? Damn woman, you really hold a grudge." Ni Wudao spat, lifted a large machete from the ground, pointed it at Hua Yan, and declared disdainfully, "Hua lady, if it weren't for the monster attacking the village, I could wipe you out with one jump cut. Then you try it." Hua Yan's pretty face was icy, surrounding her, a sudden rise of intense flames. Wow! The high-level skill, Fire Shield. The onlooking players gasped, truly worthy of Hua Yan, she even comprehended such an epic skill. Or maybe, she's a pay-to-win player who bought the skill, one player sneered to a friend. Come on, the Fire Shield skill book requires level 38 to learn, and Hua Yan is only level 33. Clearly, you're a newbie. I'm so envious, how much awareness and luck do you need for this? While players were buzzing about Hua Yan's ranking, Ni Wudao gulped, looking at Hua Yan who was engulfed in flames. He quickly turned around and said, "All right, a real man doesn't fight with women. Everyone scatter, the zombie horde is coming. What are you all hanging around here for?" The novices understood what was happening, but none of them dared to say anything. They quickly dispersed, and symbolically surrounded the entrance of Novice Village, the only entrance for the invading zombies. Ellipsis. Somewhere far off, the little skeleton was working up quite a sweat, swinging his divine tool, the Novice Hoe. Ding! Congratulations to player skeleton on unearthing a piece of dry bone. You can dig up dry bones too. Su Ran hastily examined the properties of the bone in the skeleton's hand. A piece of dry bone, mysterious. It appears to conceal something. Oh. This seems to be a treasure. Su Ran looked it over from every angle, but nothing seemed special. There must be a hidden aspect. So, Su Ran started scrupulously scrutinizing the piece of dry bone, not letting a single unusual aspect out of his sight. Finally, he found something. A string of tiny letters was etched into the marrow of the bone. Squinting, Su Ran began to study them carefully. Ding! Congratulations player skeleton, for acquiring the bone skill, Dark Flame. The dry bone finished its mission and gradually turned into bone powder from Su Ran's fingertips and disappeared. Skills. Ha ha ha, Su Ran excitedly clenched his fist, invoking the system to examine the properties of the bone skill. Dark Flame Bone Skill Passive LV1. Fire Magic Attack plus 20%. Note: Dark Flame veins automatically form in all fire magic attacks, enhancing them with Dark Flame energy. Damn, my paper burning attack has evolved. Su Ran mentally calculated, including the fire attack plus 1 from burning paper, the actual attack after a 20% increase from the Dark Flame was 12 plus 1 x 1.2, 16 plus 1 x 1.2 equals 15.6 minus 20.4. Highest attack is a 20. This is level 1 skeleton's attribute, it's so amazing, Wakaka. Su Ran looked at the constant flow of zombie troops toward Novice Village. He didn't have the heart to throw out the wad of burning paper in his hands. After all, they were comrades in the front line and were going to attack the village together. Forget it, let's prepare the zombie troops first, let's continue digging. Ding! Congratulations player skeleton for digging up a rotten wooden coffin. Triggering the plot, a corpse soldier crawled out. Please be careful, player. Corpse soldier, level 7. Attack, 10 to 20. Chi blood, 200. Defense, 8. Agility, 1. Haha, new troops. Level 2 mining is awesome, the skills and new troops can be dug up, this game is too much fun. With a few digs using the hoe, Su Ran had a feeling that something was up, hurriedly and mercilessly dug a few more times. Ding! As expected, something came up. Congratulations player for obtaining a special item, Underworld Coin. Underworld Coin currency. Currency used for trading in the underworld. Note: items used by the dead. Dead. Su Ran felt as if he had a throbbing vein on his skeletal head. In the game, a skeleton could indeed be called a dead person. The excitement for Su Ran kept skyrocketing as more and more extraordinary items were dug up. Thankfully, the newbie hoe in his hand didn't have durability. Seizing the opportunity, he began to work towards level 3 of his digging skill. The 100 graves surrounded by gloom in front of him seemed like countless treasures waiting for Su Ran's excavation. Ding! Congratulations player skeleton for digging up a special tomb. Huh! Even the type of graves gets declared. This system is too considerate. Haha, the little skeleton's eyes emitted a blue glow, waving his newbie hoe even more fervently. What's going on? A normal small grave would take only a few hits, but digging this grave almost 5 meters deep still didn't get to the bottom. There must be treasure. Su Ran dug harder and deeper. After digging another 2 or 3 meters, finally the long-awaited system voice came again. Ding! Congratulations player skeleton for digging up a special coffin. Su Ran excitedly stretched his arm over, but before his finger bone could touch the coffin automatically opened and a black-robed NPC walked out. Black Market Skeleton Merchant Yin-Si, Special NPC. Equipment recycling and selling. Note: if you're from the Undead Clan, he's the one to go to for currency transactions. Be prepared to get ripped off. Was it you who awakened me? The black-robed skeleton merchant, Yin-Si, stared intently at the level 1 white skeleton holding the novice hoe, his bone claws exuding a cold spectral fire. Chapter 10, Unscrupulous Merchant. 10 to 10, Unscrupulous Merchant. Greetings, Lord Yin-Si, I apologize for disturbing your repose, Su Ran said with high intelligence, methodically arranging his thoughts and speaking respectfully in the natural language of the skeleton race. Su Ran was gambling. He was betting that his 100 points of goodwill with the skeleton race and his 1000 demon world reputation could help soothe the fury in Yin-Si's heart due to the violation of his ancestral tomb. Our undead race is rising, and we need your help, Lord Yin-Si. Su Ran proclaimed resolutely to the robed skeleton. Robed Yin-Si gave a grisly smile, the spectral flame in his bony fingers died out completely, and pointed at the small white skeleton. You, a level 1 skeleton, dare to talk boldly. Our undead race is the weakest in the world of gods and demons. What rise are you talking about? I, Yin-Si, hate bombastic words the most. My words are truthful, Lord Yin-Si. Please look at the zombie horde relocating to Novice Village. Su Ran calmly gestured towards the zombie legion which was, they hadn't gotten far in so much time. Agility 1 creatures are hurtful indeed. This seemed to be the longest monster attack in village leveling history, right? To the players defending Novice Village, just hang on a little longer, they will arrive in about 2 days. Robed Yin-Si paused, what's happening? Our zombie horde from the undead race is moving towards the human Novice Village, to attack the human settlement. Su Ran looked eagerly at the robed NPC, certain that he could benefit greatly with this appeasement. Human race. Yin-Si muttered, human race. God's camp. The hatred between the gods and demons is irreconcilable. An attack on a human village. It would be better if it were obliterated. But, why choose to attack the village now? This timing is wrong. Where is the Demon King's order? Demon King's order. Su Ran was caught off guard. What's that? He stood in place, waiting silently for the unique NPC's response. Forget it, just a small village. Robed Yin-Si thought for a while, looking at the little white skeleton. As a member of the undead race, why are you digging graves with a hoe instead of killing humans? Damn it, why do you have to bring this up? Su Ran dared not reveal that the zombies were infuriated because their ancestral tombs were desecrated because of him and decided to attack the village. If he did, he wouldn't be far from death. Respectable Lord Yin-Si, we, the undead race, need your help. Our present strength is too weak. I've heard there are top-ranked human players in Novice Village. Su Ran deflected the topic. Oh. Top-ranked human players. Ridiculous. Yin-Si scoffed, when did ranked humans start being considered experts? Oh, right. Why are you digging graves instead of going to Novice Village to kill humans? Damn it. Respected Lord Yin-Si, our zombie horde averages at level 3. Going there could be compromising. Su Ran briskly wiped the cold sweat off his luminous forehead. Yes, the baseline zombies of the zombie clan are indeed a bit weak. I should give some assistance. Speaking of which, why are you digging graves with a hoe instead of attacking a village? For God's sake. Are you tired of bringing this up? Respected Lord Yin-Si, I'm just a level 1 skeleton, too weak to have any power. Su Ran felt his hand bones trembling. Then why are you digging graves instead of improving your abilities? Speechless. Because there are many treasures in the graves. Could Su Ran say that? With difficulty, Su Ran composed himself and carefully responded, Respected Lord Yin-Si, I am doing this to awaken more companions of the zombie race. I am just a small skeleton with no abilities, so I can only use this method to awaken my friends of the zombie race. Robed Yin-Si casually glanced at the urinary bladder of the little skeleton, then expressed his understanding with a deep sigh. Sensing danger, Su Ran instinctively took a look at his own pelvic area. Immediately a bunch of horses running through the grass came to mind. It's exposed under the sky. One could easily see the burial goods he dug out. The bunch of grass he had pulled from the tomb was still lush in his bladder, waving in the wind. The stacks of spirit money were rather neatly arranged. Ellipsis. Profiteer. Greedy merchant. No merchant is not cunning. Cursing 1,000 times in his heart, Su Ran reached into his pelvic bone forcefully and presented his only equipment, the zombie hat. Respected Lord Yin-Si, this is something I accidentally obtained. I offer it to you now. Su Ran maintained a calm exterior, but internally he was bleeding, gritting his teeth and reciting n times in his mind. Anyway, I can't wear it, anyway, I can't wear it. Well, boy, you are quite considerate. Robed Yin-Si took the zombie hat and it disappeared in an instant. He then murmured to himself, it's been a while since I touched underworld coins. I've heard that the paper is as smooth as silk. My lord. I also accidentally obtained an underworld coin. Silk must be savored. Let me offer it to you. Su Ran enunciated each word through gritted teeth. He glared at Robed Yin-Si's bladder, daring him to expose his girdle and let him inspect. This kid can be taught. Yin-Si accepted the underworld coin with an evil grin and continued staring at Su Ran's bladder. Once Su Ran felt uncomfortable, he addressed the main issue. Indeed, this zombie attack is not trivial. It's an event that we, the undead, should record in our history book. Since even you, a level 1 little skeleton, have contributed a zombie hat and underworld coin, then naturally I cannot stand by without taking action. Catch. Yin-Si shook his robe, taking out a black talisman covered with jet black aura and threw it to the stunned little skeleton. The frantic Su Ran caught and examined the details of the item. Undead Roar Talisman. During a siege, the properties of all undead skeletons and zombies participating in the attack are doubled. Effective time, 1 hour. Note, this is a precious talisman, the effect would be better during the Cursed Undead Catastrophe. Cursed Undead Catastrophe. What's that? Also, take this. This time, Yin-Si took out 2 cards, tossing them to Su Ran. Damn. You could have just handed them directly to me given how close we are. Su Ran fumbled and managed to grab the 2 cards. Hellhound common card. Attack. 78 to 92. Chi blood. 1000. Defense. 60. Agility. 9. Skill. Hellfire, summoned from hell, adds 30% to the attack. Attack range is 3x3, becomes weak for 3 minutes after this move is used. Note, this is the juvenile form of the Hell 3-headed dog, possessing great strength. Once the card is used, the card beast will exist for 10 minutes. A card beast. This status, wouldn't it allow the creature to roam freely in Novice Village? With a beating heart, Su Ran looked at the second card. Corpse Healer common card. Attack. 0 to 0. Chi blood. 3000. Defense. 100. Agility. 3. Passive skills. Life returning radiance, automatically recovers 10 chi blood per second. Active skills. Undead resurrection, consume a portion of magic power, revive low-level undead within 3x3 space. Note, this is an attack-less zombie, but don't underestimate it, it can bring you endless trouble. The card beast will exist for 20 minutes after the card is used. Oh my god, with these 2 card beasts, Novice Village is certain to fall. Su Ran started rubbing his hands together excitedly.